Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today I have for you updated melee build. Especially if you like to run without power armor and you do enjoy crazy high carry weight that comes with it. I boosted my at this moment to 949. It's possible a little bit higher. I did use carry weight booster. I will show you everything, all the effects. But let's start. As usually, special stat distribution. We do, of course, max out our strength, and that's other stats. On top of maxing out the strength, I added additional 5 points of strength, which both still increase my carry weight and my melee damage, although do not give me any more space for per card, so that's purely for damage and carry weight. Taking one for the team and standard endurance, intelligence, agility, luck that I do have on all my other builds. The reason why I'm not using any other melee cards, Brawling Chemist is weak, unfortunately. I'm not running power armor, so all power armor related cards are out. I generally could run some extra resistance, but I do have decent 50 from just endurance per card. Hack and Slash I used to run a lot, but it was nerfed, and then you add annoyance of the VATS that sometimes just doesn't want to let you attack and you are stuck with 0% with melee. I gave up on Hack and Slash for this moment. Therefore, strength, more damage, more carry weight. Now the perks. Martial Artist for faster swing speed, that's for conventional, classic melee, not automatic, doesn't do anything for automatic, is Sizor. 75% armor penetration with all melee, self-explanatory. One slugger per card, as I was with 1.3. I don't really need those slugger cards, but there was 1.3, so I added it. Barbarian for a lot of resistance. Strong back, yes, carry weight here. Arm skipper, so I can carry even more stuff. And blocker. On my armor, as usually, I have through hikers. Refractor for extra resistance based on perception. We are running unyielding, so our perception is high, even though the base is 2. Now, in case of perception as well as strength, there is additional option that I will mention as I tested that, and it does work. So you can swap strong back and refractor for the following perks if you want to dip into limb damage stats a little bit yourself. Scatter Shot will work with melee, so you'll be damaging all the limbs on your enemy, regardless what you attack. And then you can switch Refractor for even more damage that only really matter for bosses and tough enemies. Tormentor, more limbs crippled, more damage you will do, works with melee, tested. So that's for boss setup, you can swap. For everyday driving, I notice I prefer Refractor and Strong Back. More crazy carry weight. Endurance, max out 15. We are super tanky without power armor. Life Giver, Iron Stomach, Natural Resistance, Fireproof, Star Jeans, Adamantium Skeleton, Thirst Quencher for a little bit more AP. That's needed for tankiness as we are running dodgy. Ironclad, max out, Rat Resistant, and Radical. So max out endurance, full kit for tankiness. Under Charisma, Strength in Numbers, and Tenderizer, I was considering this rat related perk called, not the Rat Sponge, called Overly Generous, but it seems like Bethesda already disabled radiation damage for most of the important enemies. Not much use case for that anymore, so I'm not using it. Under Intelligence, we have First Aid for healing, Nerd Rage for more damage, Makeshift Warrior, so our auto axe do not break, Pyrotechnician, or Science. This is swappable, depend what type of weapon you are using. If it's auto axe, Science. If it's Pitchfork, let's say, Pyrotechnician, or Branding Iron, Pyrotechnician. If it's fire damage, it's Pyrotechnician. And White Knight, so I don't need to worry about my regular armor breaking. Helps a lot. White Knight helps a lot. Under Agility, we have Adrenaline for damage, Action Void for AP regeneration, and this one is swappable. So when needed, I will swap it for Gunsling Gamasta to deep into reverse onslaught. But you need to keep in mind, in case of melee, only effect reversing the onslaught works. It doesn't give you any extra stacks, so not as good as for guns. After that, evasive for evade chance, moving target for more evade chance, born survival, so I don't worry about stim packs, dodgy for more evade chance and removes the cooldown, and gold legs. It was greatly buffed, so gold legs is awesome now. You can drop from the sky and keep running. You don't even make a noise. You don't even stop running. Nothing. Awesome perk now. Luck. Bloody Mess for more damage. Ricochet for tankiness. Junk Shield for more tankiness. Serendipity for more evade and therefore tankiness. Class Freak to reduce negative of your mutations. Lucky Break so you don't worry about fixing your armor. 4-leaf Clover, that's needed if you fight a flying creature and you need to cripple the limb. Charge your critical, you can use this critical. It's not the most essential 4-leaf Clover, but handy and 1 perk point. Lastly, good with salt, so our very, very helpful carnivorous food is there. Always in our inventory. We can carry it, no problem. So good with salt, good synergy here. A lot of changes since last season. Therefore, my build is adapting. Was running it, testing it. I will be running it more on the ship squad today. Feels really good. I will show you how it feels in a second. Mutations. So mutations, I'm still running the Megavore. So if you are familiar with that, I'm running both carnivore and herbivore mutation with all its benefits and downside. The biggest benefit, I can carry more stuff. Adrenal reaction for kill streak and more damage. Bird bones for less fall speed and agility. This one is not mandatory. It's nice to have extra agility for a little bit more evade chance. Not mandatory. Bird bones you could skip. I suppress negative with serum. I have lots of serum, so I can keep it. But if you really care about every point of strength, bird bones, not needed. Carnivore, if you need to choose one between herbivore, carnivore, choose carnivore. Chameleon for fishing. Eagle Eyes for extra crit damage with ranged weapons. Not essential again. If you're mainly focusing on melee, you are really dedicated to melee, you don't need Eagle Eyes. Egghead, that actually boosts our damage thanks to new science and pyrotechnician cards. So that's handy. Herd Mentality, all special boosted. Marsupial, more carry weight and jumping. Scully Skin, more resistance. Speed Demon, move speed. Twisted Muscles for more melee damage and limb damage. About the gear. The most important, armor. I choose to run Civil Engineer, although Torn Armor would be awesome as well. The more important than armor type is what's on the armor. So here we have Unyielding for extra special and strength. Extra strength on the 2nd star, through Haika on the 3rd star to reduce the weight. And eventually on the 4th star there's supposed to be more melee damage, but I don't have it yet. So there is 3 star. All set is 3 star for now. They all buttressed ultralight with exception of the chest, which is a jetpack for convenience. Jetpack, I would say if you are choosing between Torn Armor and Civil Engineer, Civil Engineer has this advantage that you can put a jetpack. The same about Secret Service. And sometime if you really want to attack enemies as a melee, and you don't want to switch to ranged weapons, you need to fly towards those enemies. So jetpack may be essential. May be essential. Under armor, Secret Service, that the highest bonus to strength and endurance. The backpack, I'm wearing high capacity, more carry weight, and Grognak costume to finish the look of the melee. About the carry weight topic, just very quickly, 1 foot smoked Mylok fillet, that's a Megavore food, gives twice as much carry weight than if you are just a carnivore. That's one of the aspects boosting my carry weight. This is all the food, if you want to take a look. All the food is generated at my camp. It's easily accessible and fast generated. I'm currently not using any melee boosting food, as that would need to be crafted. You should, but I want to show you a naked performance of the build with all the weapons without melee damage boosting food. So I'm not using it. As if you are not familiar with melee damage boosting food, it increases your melee damage by 200%. It is very significant. And I will pop it during testing so you can see the difference, but we are starting without it. That will be extra 200% melee damage. That is indeed significant. About weapons. Grognak Axe, very cool. Not the strongest. Let's start from the strongest. Absolute powerhouse for all melee is Auto Axe. Modded with electrified, furious heavy hitter strength pounders. That's the perfect roll and the highest damage roll that there is for all melee weapons. Yes, I know about existence of minigun shredder, but that's not really melee weapon. It works like it, but it's very special weapon, and each patch its performance is changing. This is consistent. Auto Axe is consistently #1 DPS for melee. Then, unfortunately, Chainsaw, if you choose to use it, is weaker than Auto Axe. For the conventional melee, the highest damage still blooded. I mean, not necessarily blooded. If you reverse Onslaught, Furious better. If you don't want to use Onslaught, yes, blooded then. Blooded Plasma Warglaive, it is the highest hitting weapon. If I would put more power attack damage, it would be even more damage. I have at this moment Bullies on the last star as it can be used, and I was trying that, but main reason I have that and not anything else, I just cannot craft the good ones. So I'm out of the good legendary mod boxes. Warglaive couldn't get one as I don't have them anymore. Blue Ridge Branding Iron, so that drops from the event, the caravan related one, that triggers in here at Middle Mountain Pit Stop. Really cool weapon, really fun one. We'll be using it a lot, and you can change legendary effects on it. So I did change it into Blooded, Rapid, Lightweight, and Pyromaniacs. Really cool. Really cool. You can use a lot. A lot of weapons works. If you want to tinker with reverse onslaught, that's what you want. Plasma Cutter, Furious, Speed, Strength, and Pounders. 19 stacks with reverse means almost 300% bonus damage for your first swing. Significant. In the same time, the moment I'm recording this video, the weapon card damage are all bugged, do not really reflect how much the weapon does. I'm sorry to tell you that. But if you are choosing weapon based on the stats, they lie. The stats lie. Which is sad, but they do lie, and that's how it is at this moment. Now, the build performance. We are going melee, so we are testing on the super mutants as they cannot fly, which is awesome for testing. And look how fast this weapon can swing. That's the best thing about this weapon. Look how fast it can swing, and look how tanky I am. And why I'm sprinting with this extra dodgy, evasion chance with dodgy equip. I'm avoiding most of the hits, and only some are actually impacting me. In first person view, it looks even more crazy when you swing it so fast. So swing speed is insane. This is absolutely cool. Let's head inside. Keep in mind, still no melee damage boosting food. We'll use that in a moment, but not yet. And now on the inside, power attack damage. And wait for the dot. There it is. So single hit with power attack is enough. Now if I switch for the most powerful Auto Axe, barely touches them, they dead. It shows lots of damage numbers, but actually first 2 touches kills them. So as soon as Auto Axe basically touches them, they are dead. It takes a second for server to register this fact, so it's displaying way more damage numbers. But it's like first 2 to 3 ticks of attacks from Auto Axe, and they are indeed dead. About the Warglaive, the Blooded Warglaive that I do have here, that's a regular swing, almost putting them down, and power attack swing will put them down in one, no problem. Now, if we add food to the mix, I pick up this food, Tasty Mutant Hound Stew. Now it's way more than enough for Warglaive. Even without stacking the kill streak, it would be enough to one-hit them with regular attack. The damage goes up drastically. Even auto axe, the axe, the Grognak's axe is doing really good at this situation, in this scenario. The guitar is absolutely cool skin. Power attack can kill them in one, finally. I wish it would perform even better, but it doesn't. It doesn't, unfortunately. Now, the branding iron, if we are boosted, I cannot talk anymore today. We are boosted, look at that. Regular swing, and the burn damage is so crazy high. That's the burn damage over 3 seconds. That it's basically roasting them. Absolutely roast them on the spot. So regular, easy swing, and they absolutely roast it. Sometimes server lag will come into play and you may wait 5 seconds for them to figure out that they roasted, but they are. So the damage goes up as you add food by a lot. It's very significant margin. And tankiness is not a problem outside, of course, of the raid. I would not recommend the melee build for the raid, even though the stats are really high. Look at our stats. Damage with branding iron, already crazy high. Slightly faking it in here, like those numbers not really what it is. It's slightly fake. Now, look at this resistance. 800 for ballistic, almost 60 for elemental, 1000 energy, 500 radiation. Sounds awesome. Not enough for the raid. For the raid you really need power armor or go full health. And full health would be good for melee, as otherwise you lose too much damage. If you want to be human melee full health, you are giving up on a lot of damage, and that will be a problem in the raid too. All working effects, Adamantium Skeleton is giving us 65%. From my testing so far, that's enough. Occasional Stim Pack from Born Survival will top up whatever limb damage we do take. That's the Barbarian bonus from our Strength. Then we do have all the evade chances need to be added up together. So total when we are sprinting is almost 60%, which is very good evade chance. After that, Iron Stomach, huge bonus as we do have high endurance. Junk Shield, 137 resistances. Life Giver, 188 health. Natural resistance, that's our perk under endurance, giving us all elemental resistance. Nerd Rage at 19% health. Pyrotechnician, 37% bonus fire damage. Rat Resistance, 100 Rat Resist. Helps a little. It's not essential, but that's 1 point. Therefore, I decided, why not? It helps a little to manage your rats slightly less. Refractor, 100 energy resist, almost. Ricochet, 23%. Serendipity, 28% evade to add to other evade. Strong Back, 86 carry weight. That's solid. Test Quencher for max AP. Carry weight boost are still running, so yeah, I used everything that can boost our carry weight. I could push carry weight slightly higher, going for better strength buff, and adding some very short buffs like chem or alcohol I didn't do in here. Carry weight at this moment 933. It fluctuates slightly if my strength goes up or down. Some temporary buffs drop or get gained. It's hard to track absolutely everything, but close to 1k carry weight is brilliant. And that is everything about the melee build. What you think, absolutely let me know, even if you don't like it. Yes, I read your comments too when you don't like it. And I appreciate you leaving them. Thank you very much. And see you in the next one.